Warning: This creepypasta is fake and is not based on any real events. It contains scenes such as murder, language, and violence that is not suitable for anyone under the age of 14. If you are either too sensitive or too scared, do not watch this video. Viewer discretion is advised. Those two Teletubbies episodes based around video games were rather terrifying, but this one is centered around a horror movie series known as Halloween. I never knew lots of episodes of Teletubbies could have this much disturbing crap. Or did they? Anyways, it all started on a Saturday in July. I was walking down to the park when I noticed some free stuff. What interested me were the videotapes. I picked up a few movies like Pretty Woman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, and others. When looking for other titles, one thing caught my eye. As you guessed it, it was another Teletubbies DVD, but it was in a CD case. The cover consisted of the Teletubbies in front of a full moon. The DVD was titled as Cats Night Out and Other Stories. I brought the DVD home along with vault tapes I had picked up. Instead of watching it in my room or the living room, I figured it'd be a good idea to watch the DVD in the shed since I had a DVD player in there along with a TV. I inserted the DVD and sat back. It showed a warning screen, ABC DVD logo, ABC for Kids logo, and went to the menu. The menu depicted the same moon as seen on the cover. The options were all like all the other Teletubbies DVDs I've seen. I selected Play All and watched 3 episodes entitled Cat's Night Out, Apple Pie, and Harp. As soon as those episodes were over, the next episode began a warning. It read, "The following episode Teletubbies was made in 2002 to promote the release of Halloween: Resurrection. It contains content including blood and gore and violence. And parents are strongly advised to not let their children read this episode. You have been warned." Oh, I get it. This is a promotion for a Halloween movie. Bring it on, I muttered. The intro came on, only there were a few changes. There was a pumpkin and jack-o'-lantern scattered across Teletubby land. At the end of the intro, the trumpet rose up and didn't say, "Where are Teletubbies gone?" It said, "He is coming for the Teletubbies." Given that this episode was made for a Halloween movie, I assumed it was Michael Myers. But what would he want from the Teletubbies? Anyways, it showed a sun baby who seemed rather confused while it stared directly at me. The first time we began a lot of holding a pumpkin, probably because it was the day of Halloween this episode. "Uh-oh," Lala said. One day in Teletubby Land, Lala was getting ready for Halloween, the narrator spoke. She walked all the way to the windmill, down to the windmill, and put some more pumpkins in front of it. Meanwhile, Tinky Winky, Dipsy, and Poe were in milk eating some Tubby Toast. Before Lala sat down at the table for a piece of Tubby Toast, a rocket could be heard outside. "What's that noise?" Tinky Winky asked. "It sounds like a rocket," the narrator responded. It then showed what appeared to be a rocket landing in Teletubby Land. The Teletubbies walked out of the house to see what was going on. The door to the rocket opened up, and inside it was no other than Michael Myers. Michael appeared in his 2018 design. How did Michael get a rocket to Teletubby Land? I questioned in my head. As you know, Michael doesn't speak. The Teletubbies just stared at him. Before Michael could do anything, the windmill span. The quartet did their usual "uh-oh," like always. They arced to a hill so the TV event could begin. Dipsy was the one selected. The TV event began with a person in a point of view style. It was a bit unclear what kind of mask the person was wearing. The person put on the rest of his costume, and it turns out that it was a boy in a pumpkin costume. He then made his way out the door and saw all the trick-or-treaters in their costume. The boy walked around his neighborhood for about 25 seconds until something disturbing happened. A person in dark clothing appeared in front of the boy. The boy looked up and saw Michael Myers. Michael could be heard breathing under his mask. Just then, a couple people dressed as Freddy Krueger or Winnie the Pooh walked up behind Michael. "You're not gonna hurt me, are you?" the boy asked. Michael and the terrific people did not give an answer. All of a sudden, Michael took out a carbon knife. The boy screamed when he saw it and tried to run back to his house while Michael and his friends followed him. "Someone! Anyone! Help me! I'm being chased!" the boy screamed, begging for help. He did eventually get back to his place. He had banged on the door while calling for his mom and dad. The boy looked behind him and Uncle was still on his trail. As Michael got close to him, the boy let out a blood-curdling scream that seemed to hurt my ears. For some reason, the scream cut to black as I could hear blood splattering and the boy screaming realistically. My ears didn't bleed during that time, but I felt really sorry for that kid. As TV event ended, it showed a shot of the sun baby, and then cut back to the Teletubbies' house with Michael's rocket still being in place. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Poe were walking over to the Tubby custom machine for Tubby Toast. But what they didn't know was that Michael Myers was right behind them, holding his first weapon, a chainsaw. Michael started to chainsaw up, causing Teletubbies to look around worriedly. "Uh-oh," said Teletubbies nervously. "Are we being watched?" asked Poe. Lala soon noticed that the chainsaw was right in front of her neck. She ran out of the house screaming like crazy. "Lala, look out!" Or, "Lala, look out!" said the narrator. At that moment, Michael walked to a clone machine and cloned himself. The Michael clones got a series of musical instruments. Clone 1 had a guitar, Clone 2 had a bass, Clone 3 had a keyboard, and Clone 4 was on drums. "What are they doing?" asked the narrator. Just then, the Michael clones began playing a very loud version of Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. For some reason, Lala's ears began to bleed. She soon fell down to the floor while the real Michael Myers still got the same chainsaw as before. Michael inserted the chainsaw onto her back and while Lala let out a blood-curdling scream. Once he killed Lala, Poe started throwing balls Tubby custard at him. "You leave Teletubby land alone!" Poe shouted. Suddenly, Michael walked up to Poe and grabbed her by the neck. He began to choke her while Poe could be heard choking loudly. Poe was also having tears coming from her eyes. That's when it happened. Laurie Strode, as she appears in Halloween Resurrection, came out and shouted, "Hey, Michael! You want to mess with them? You're going to get mess with me first!" Laurie then took out a shotgun and began shooting at Michael. Tinky Winky and Dipsy bowed about joining in, so they grabbed Michael by the head and slammed him to the floor. "That's it, guys! Bring him down!" Laurie said to Tinky Winky and Dipsy. Before the 2 minutes Teletubbies could do anything, Laurie asked, "Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking?" "Tinky Winky kills scary man with foot," Tinky Winky said. "Me too," said Dipsy. "You guys have to please stomp on his head. The red Teletubby and I'll keep him down to the ground so he doesn't get back up," Laurie remarked. Tinky Winky and Dipsy began stomping on Michael's face like Laurie told them to. As soon as they finished, Laurie took out a carbon knife and began to slit Michael's neck to the point tons of blood came out of it. Suddenly, Poe pointed out to what appeared to be an industrial shredder. "How did that get there?" I questioned once more. "Let's end this madness," Laurie said. The three Teletubbies and Laurie walked over to the shredder and placed Michael's body in it. Laurie stepped out of the shredder while pulled the lever. As Michael was being shredded, blood splattered on Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Poe, and Laurie. Sorry, Lala is dead, I'm sorry. "Ew," the three Teletubbies said. "I know. It can get bloody," Laurie said. "Time for cleaning," Dipsy remarked. "Good idea," Poe said. As Teletubbies walked back to their house, the Tubby Bye-Bye scene came in. But unexpected, it didn't say time for Tubby Bye-Bye like it would. What it said was, "Michael has been defeated. All thanks to Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Poe, and Laurie Strode." Suddenly, Tinky Winky, Dipsy, and Poe appeared in front of the screen and said, "Boo!" I jumped a bit because it felt like a jump scare. Laurie appeared next to them and said, "Well, we did it. The boogeyman won't be coming back anymore. Not even in a million years. Goodbye, and have a happy Halloween." The credits played normal, only that Lala wasn't shown due to her being killed. "That was fucking great," I said. As soon as credits finished rolling, the Ragdoll Productions logo played, and except the background was orange like a pumpkin. The UFC DVD and BBC for Kids logo played normal, and went back to the menu. Sorry about that. You know what? That wasn't very bad. Well, of course, it did have some scary elements such as a pumpkin costume boy and Lala getting killed. I figured that I'd keep the DVD so I could watch it again sometime on Halloween Day. Have a happy Halloween!